So here we go. I know you've all been dying for another video. This is going to be a bit slightly different because we're making a mould for a Spec 2 Nissan Skyline GTS, and this is how far we've got. So I'm going to spin the camera around and let you see where we've got up to so far. So here we have a semi-prepped Nissan Skyline Spec 2 bonnet for a 96 GTS-T R33. It's got this distinct lip on the front, so those that know will know that it is a Spec 2. It was bought as a donor bonnet from a local dealer, and I'm going to make fiberglass versions of this steel bonnet. It was a little bit rusty, so we've gone over some of the holes and bits and pieces on it, sprayed it down with 2K primer and sanded it with 220 grit paper so it's nice and smooth. Then gone round the whole of the perimeter with foam board and put a layer of PVA release agent onto the foam board so that it comes off of the fiberglass once the mould's been put on. It's all just been rubbed down and cleaned with some isopropanol, I think I've said that right, cleaner to get the dust off, and I'm just going to go and give it 10 coats of release wax, which is this stuff. Put it under the light because it's a bit dark down here, but it is honey wax mould release agent, and it's going to be 10 coats. So yeah, that's how far we've got so far. This is just hot glued onto the back to make a lip, so that we've got the lip for the bonnet. And yeah, got 10 coats, so let's crack on. So, 10th and final coat. Don't know if I'm in shot. Hang on. 10th and final coat. Just going to let that dry off a little bit, buff it off. Then I'm going to mix up the tooling gel coat, which will be the base of this procedure, and that will be the surface that all of the other parts will be made from. So I'll just crack on. So here we have the finished layer of tooling gel coat. There was about 2 kilograms of material to cover the whole bonnet, and relevant, it was mixed at 2% to catalyst, so it was about 20 mil of hardener. Just need to now leave this to set. It's about 1 mil thick, which is what it's supposed to be, but it covers all of the area, and there's no gaps, there's no holes. You'll see in the video the last inspection with the light, just to make sure that there's no gaps in it, because obviously the bottom of this then makes the surface of the mould for the top of the bonnet, and you don't want any holes in it. So that's that layer done. Next stage will be 300 gram chop strand matting, which will be used as a coupling coat between the gel coat and the rest of the chop strand matting, which will be thicker, will be 450 grams. Yeah, so now it's just a waiting game. It's got scary now because hopefully all that waxing will have paid off, and when we come to take it out, the bonnet won't get stuck in the gel coat. So that's going to be scary, but you got to just dive in feet first, and we'll see how it comes out all together, because I've never done this before, as you know. I've only ever repaired stuff, which is a lot simpler than this process. But this is actually making virgin parts, and this is making the mould for something that I don't know of anywhere else that is actually making Spec 2 standard bonnets. So yeah, and I'll catch you back when I start putting the coupling coat 300 grams chop strand matting on.